Hi guys, it's Carisa. I am putting some makeup on during Vera's nap. Her naps have been really weird. She's been sleeping like 2.5 to 4 hours sometimes. And we're about an hour into her nap. So it's either an hour or it'll hit 2.5 or longer. So I don't know if that's a growth spurt or what. That's a terrible, unflattering angle. Might as well pull my tripod out so I can hopefully finish my makeup. I haven't really been making videos much lately. A lot of it has had to do with her weird nap schedule. I've been trying to cook more and see what I can get away with and accomplish while she's sleeping, because until I realized that she was going such long stretches for a while, I was like, okay, she'll be up any minute now. She'll be up any minute now. So I would, do these little tiny tasks and never really get a whole lot done. I've been struggling a little with the whole getting up early to shower thing because she's been kind of waking up and I don't know what most people would do. I'm curious. I think I just everything I do, I try and do based on instinct, which is not necessarily the best, but I try and just read the situation, and if I feel like she still needs sleep, then I soothe her to sleep. But if she won't sleep unless I'm holding her for that last hour or so of the morning, is that even worthwhile, right? Should I just get her up and then give her an earlier nap? But what I would tend to do is she'll wake up at 5 and want to nurse, and she'll be really, really fussy and almost kind of cry in her sleep a little. And the only way that she'll actually sleep and rest is if I'm holding her for that last hour. She does really well the rest of the night. She sleeps in her crib. She sleeps great, like a complete and total champ. But she does wake up a couple of times to nurse. And that sort of 5 a.m. point is weird because sometimes it starts more like 4:30. She wakes up, she cries, she can't seem to relax or settle down. I'll give her gas drops lately. I've been doing that again, and that seems to help. I think she does have trapped gas, and that's part of it. But if I try to put her back in her crib, she just wakes right back up. She sits up and then starts really, really legitimately crying. So those mornings I would sit up with her probably for a half hour to an hour, and then at that point, because I'm looking at my phone and stuff, I feel awake. But when I put her down, she wakes right back up again. So I don't know. I mean, today wasn't so much of that, but anyway. Then she gets up at the same time I do, so I don't really have the opportunity to do that. Some mornings, if we're both up early enough before Mike has to get ready for work, I'll just jump in the shower real quick and then do my makeup during her nap like I'm doing right now. I'm learning about myself something that I probably already should have known or could have guessed, that I operate very differently when I have gotten ready for the day. I've talked about that before, that whole like it's your uniform thing. I completely and totally treat myself and my life differently when I have gotten ready. And I might not look in the mirror again for the whole rest of the day before I wash my face before bed. But I just feel like a different person. I feel like I can and should accomplish things. Whereas if I just crawl out of bed and I'm still in my pajamas and my hair's a mess, and I just feel like I'm just getting by. I'm just kind of like going through the motions and going through the day. So it's something that I feel is really important. It makes me a better mom, I think. It makes me a better wife. It makes me a better me to spend this time to get ready. And if it's vanity that charges it, okay, well, vanity got my laundry done that day. You know what I mean? So we'll see. And being on keto helps a lot in the sense that, here I go, look at me, I'm just talking and not doing my makeup. Being on keto helps a lot in the sense that I have the energy to do these things, and I don't feel Sorry, that's super necessary. I don't feel as robbed of sleep when I have to get up early and sit around like that unexpectedly, or if I have to sit up with her in the night for, 45 minutes or so. So, I am struggling a lot with something else though that I want to talk through. So I made 2 videos this week. I filmed them both on the same day, and they're both very long, and I really, really want to post them. One of them is a Keto Bites that has no food in it, and it's just kind of a struggle bus rant. And I feel like I don't like to put that kind of negativity out there, but I think it's very real when you're on a weight loss journey. And when you're someone like me who's trying to do it in a realistic fashion, where it's very loose and very like, this is my life, I'm not on a diet sort of a thing, I feel like it's gonna happen, and that's how things are. But people who are also on weight loss journeys can relate, I'm sure. But I just get worried that it's really negative and sounds too whiny. But it's real. It's so real. It's so real. So I don't know if I'm gonna take the time to edit that and post it. The other was an update on our home decor stuff, which I would love to put together for you. But that's gonna be more time. That's gonna take a lot more time to put together. So anyway, gosh, I just get so excited to talk to you guys. I stop doing everything. So let me brush out these roller curls because it's bugging me. I think they're set enough. Ooh, super hot nursing bra, yeah. And this way too big Tora t-shirt that I love. I just love this t-shirt. Okay, anyway. So, I hope you guys are doing well. I hope you're feeling good because it's February 1st, and it's so funny because Mike hates January, even though that's his birthday month. He's so depressed in January and he can't wait for it to be over. I feel like everybody feels that way regardless of whether or not it's your birthday. It's just there's something about January that bums everybody out. So, oh, forgot to put primer on. I've been putting primer on lately and I've been really liking what it does for me, but look at that. Skipped it today. I'm not trying to do a great job. This is just sort of what I've been doing lately, is a half dirty brush. I wash my brushes like once every week and a half. And so I just used some of the eyeshadow that was left over from the last time and the time before that, plus a little extra. And I just try and polish this turd, you know what I mean? So anyway, let me talk about what I'm going through right now. I am a self-diagnosed and quasi-healed binge eater, stress eater, emotional eater. I like to eat when I'm happy. I like to eat when I'm sad. I like to eat when I'm stressed. I eat in abundance. Unlike most binge eaters though, I have to and need to enjoy what I'm eating. I know a lot of people who have like real, true, and major binge eating disorders they'll just eat like anything to fill themselves and they don't even care if they're enjoying it or not. I'm not like that. So I think my form is a lot more dangerous because I would rather order a pizza and eat it by myself because, I'm one of those, like, the calories didn't count if nobody witnessed it. And I destroyed the evidence kind of a thing. I'd rather do that than just dig through the cupboards and figure something out. But I did do that yesterday. I was stressed and had a disagreement with Mike, and I can't even remember what it was about. That's the funny thing. My convictions felt so strong yesterday, but look at that. Look how important it was. Now I can't even remember what it was. Truly, really and truly. I don't know. It might have been just that he was grumpy yesterday and I was mad at him for being grumpy, which is rude. But some days I'm just like, look at this miracle of a life that we're living now. Look at how everything we've ever wanted that was always our excuse for being grumpy or miserable before, we have it now. So shut up and enjoy it, and that's such a terrible way because obviously all these things that I thought I would improve about myself by now, like, oh, but once I have a baby, then everything will be fixed. It's the same way with people who lose a lot of weight. They always say, You know, there's a lot more to it than that, you know, their problems don't just go away. So, Mike left, he took my car, he brought Vera to visit with her grandparents, and that usually gives me some time, alone time, to shower or edit videos, or sometimes I get what stuff that's like, what did I do that one day? Oh, I did her thank you cards for her birthday party. And when he got home, I was so glad that I got it done, but it was like, oh, but I could have spent that time so much better. You know what I mean? It's like, no, that clearly was something that needed to get done. I never, ever, ever nap though while they're gone, because I can't. I feel guilty, and I have this strange energy once they leave. What I would do though, if I had my own vehicle, is probably go drive off somewhere and stress eat. Why? That little, like, very minimal minor argument we had does not, it doesn't deserve the attention that and the destruction that gives me. But it was everything I wanted to do. The second he walked out the doors, I just wanted to, like, oh, I'll show him. I'll go eat a whole bunch of calories and carbs, and that'll show him. Nope. So what I'm trying to do, which is very difficult, are the days when I feel tired or shortchanged by the to-do list I have in my head that's so grand, that is pathetically small actually, but I find it difficult because I'm trying to be such a hands-on mother. I'm trying to retrain my brain, and it's gonna hurt, but I have to do it now because I want to do it before she's old enough to really fully understand what kind of damaging habits I have. And she may already be picking up on some of that. It's so hard because we're the kind of people who like to eat the same thing all the time, constantly. So how do you introduce a child to new foods and new experiences when you don't even really participate in that yourself? And you don't really, it's hard to justify spending money on those things and making them only for her to barely even put them in her mouth once. So I have to learn some things about that. I have to figure that out. Because there is a chance that no matter what my efforts are, she will only want to eat buttered noodles every day until she's 7. But I'm working on it. I'm working on it. And the other thing is I talked a lot about this. I don't want to repeat myself, but I talked about this a lot in my Keto Bites video, but I've been wanting to cook more and try and just have more capabilities when it comes to the kitchen and not feel so limited by, I guess, laziness? Is it laziness? I just feel like anything that I have to do that requires a hand mixer, blender, or any other type of kitchen appliance of any sort, and bowls, and or possibly the oven, feels like a huge hassle to me. And if I have to include more than like 5 ingredients, it just feels like, oh my gosh, why am I doing this? Especially because here we go, you know what I'm about to say. I almost never want to eat it after I'm done. But I feel like I have to keep trying. I feel like I have to keep exposing myself to the quote unquote burden of spending time in the kitchen and making food and trying new things, because I feel like that's just something that I need to do. And Mike's always trying to say, like, oh, we don't have to be those kind of people. You don't have to be cooking a full, like, to me, the thought of making a full Thanksgiving dinner makes me want to curl up in a ball and put a blanket over my head. Like, I can't even fathom the idea of making multiple dishes and presenting everything at once at the same time and thinking it's edible. I can barely make one new thing or something I've made once before that was relatively successful, and then I try and make it again. Terrible, inedible in my opinion. Mike eats almost everything that I make all the time, but I have some severe aversions to meat. Even in an ideal situation, like let's say I had personal chefs. Let's say I lived at the White House and I could any time of day summon a personal chef to make me anything I wanted. I would still not eat things like lamb or steak or most forms of chicken, any chicken off the bone, any meat off the bone of any kind, almost everything, most seafood. I just don't like it. So why am I forcing myself to? Well, it would make this way of life a whole lot easier, and I would be a lot more successful, I think. So I don't want to repeat a lot of what I said in that other video, because I should probably just post it, because I think there are people who would think that it would be nice to hear, who can possibly relate to it. Some people might even enjoy it because they like to see me struggle, you know, some of that Schadenfreude kind of stuff. But I'm having a really hard time. I just want to sit down. Okay, so here, sometimes I eat popcorn on keto. A lot of people would be like, no way, girl, no way, don't eat popcorn. But I consider like 3/4 of a cup of popcorn, like the pre-pop stuff you buy in a bag. The Angie's Boom Chicka Pop is delicious. It's not that bad. It's a little bit of fiber, it's a little bit of crunch, it's something different, it's a different texture. But I fell into a popcorn rut, and I was eating a ton of popcorn. And Vera, of course, loves it. Huge choking hazard, right? But I'd break it up into these little tiny, I'd crumble like one piece of popcorn for her into 86 pieces, and she would eat it like that. Loves it so much. So I was like, well, she likes it, so I'll buy more of that. And then I was just sitting there and devouring half a bag in one sitting. So I can't have that in the house anymore. The problem is convenience. I am a creature of convenience, and I don't know what to do about that, because I feel like I can't and won't change that overnight, or possibly at all. I've been fighting this for a long time. But the good thing is it's hard to binge eat when you had to make it, because chances are I had to be mindful enough to make the recipe and take the time to make something and dirty all the dishes. And if I want to eat more of that thing when I'm done, I can't unless I start all over again and make it again. So part of me thinks that, you know, I'm slowly pulling myself out of that in those days. But again, it's hard because I'm not necessarily eating because I'm upset or angry or frustrated. Some days I'm in a great mood. The other day it snowed, and it's flu season, and there's so much sickness out there, and I'm a huge fear monger, so I don't want to go anywhere and risk us getting sick, because best case scenario, we don't, but worst case scenario, even if we don't get the flu, we get a cold, and that still sucks, right? I'm the kind of person that when I get a cold, sometimes I have it for like 4 or 5 weeks. So I'm just trying to avoid it. So it snowed the other day, not enough to have to hunker down, but my first thought was, I just want to watch movies with Vera all day and snuggle on the couch and order pizza and just sit on the couch in my pajamas with her and eat and watch TV. So, and you know what? Yes, it's fine. I'll do those things with her on a very rare occasion in the future, but that shouldn't be just a random Tuesday, my plans for the day, you know? And by random, I mean weekly. On Tuesdays, we eat everything. So I'm really proud of myself because I've been working against that to the best of my ability. I'm struggling with what to buy to have in the house, because there are things that I think should be relatively simple to make that shouldn't take a ton of time. Like, okay, cheese chips, that's one ingredient. I'm only eating like 3 or 4 slices of cheese, less than that, honestly, because Vera eats them too, and usually if Mike's home, he eats some as well. But it takes 20 minutes in the oven. So I have to wait for that, and I have to cut them up and wait for it. And so that's the kind of thing that's like, okay, it's not that inconvenient. You're not dirtying that many dishes. But if you're really, really hungry and you're just trying to eat something real quick, while Vera's distracted or sleeping, look at how much I don't know. Does it sound whiny at all to you? Because it is whiny. But I just don't want to give up, you guys. I feel so good on this way of eating. It's just harder to do in a lot of ways. And there are a lot of convenience foods out there that I could buy, but they're not real food, and I don't feel as good. And in some cases, I know it's not this extreme, but in some cases it feels like, well, I might as well just be eating a bowl of Rice Krispies if I'm just gonna be eating XYZ mail order keto foods all the time. So it's tough. I also noticed that the less careful I am about what I'm having, the less likely I am to want to have water, you know, take in as much water as I need. It's kind of like everything goes out the window. So I don't know. But I'm okay. I'm not, you know, I'm not in this terrible place or anything. I'm struggling with that because I guess I'm struggling because I'm trying. You know, today I'm gonna go to the store and pick up some things to restock my arsenal of foods and just hope that because you know what, I am really good about that. I don't go to the grocery store and, you know, like sneak things into the cart that aren't keto or that I shouldn't have. Although some things are harder for me now that I have Vera around. Like yesterday I was like, well, I want her to try oatmeal again. She hated it the first time I gave it to her, but I'm gonna try it. And I had a packet of strawberries and cream oatmeal in the pantry. So I boiled up some water and I put it in that strawberries and cream oatmeal, and didn't just the aroma of that send me into a spiral. I was gonna be like, all right, she's gonna take one bite of this and hate it, which she did, and so I'll just finish it. But no, I can't do it. I can't fall into that trap. So I didn't, you guys. You'll be proud to know that I didn't. And Vera had 3 bites of it before she started refusing it, which was definitely an improvement over the first time I had her try it. Is it the healthiest form of oatmeal in the world? No, but it's something I already owned and was gonna go to waste otherwise. So, I don't know, baby steps. That is gonna be challenging. In some ways, some things that I give to her don't tempt me at all. But I know that that's not always gonna be the case. It won't always be that easy. So, okay, this is 22 minutes long of me just not finishing my makeup. If you guys ever see pictures of me on Instagram or anything, and you're like, wow, her makeup is finished. I do usually finish it. I just don't do it while I'm on camera because I want to talk. But I feel like you guys like it better when I'm doing my makeup. Well, this is dry. Okay. So, I don't know. I'm trying to be forgiving of myself because I know I'm a mom now and this is new territory, but I'm also trying to be more militant about my choices because I'm a mom now and I have to make better choices. So I do feel very inspired by a lot of the women who have Instagram accounts and post food and comparison photos all day long. And when I'm having a weak moment, I try and go look at some of those, not to compare myself or my progress or my shortcomings or anything, but just to feel a little zing of inspiration. Because what I was finding is I would wait to look at that stuff until, like at the end of the day, just before falling asleep in bed, scroll through Instagram real quick. And then I'd feel so charged up and energized and positive, like you can do this, look at these people, look what they've achieved. But then I'm just gonna roll over and go to sleep and wake up in the morning and forget about all of that. And so I'm trying to remember, you know, to give myself the time to do it every now and then. Like if I'm really feeling like snacky, have a half a pickle because the electrolytes will help, and scroll through Instagram real quick, and it gives me a little life, you know, something to work with. I have to make new habits because, as you guys have all heard, and this really, really speaks to me, I can't remember the quote. Fool me twice, can't get fooled again. I can't remember, but if I remember, I'll put it below this video because now I'm just gonna have the giggles. So, but everything's good, you guys. I'm happy. I feel good. I feel excited that it's gonna be spring soon and that hopefully I'll take us out of our self-imposed quarantine and start going to things like story time again and going for walks at the mall again. Hopefully Vera will let me do that. I might start looking for a used but new to us stroller, something that's different that maybe she'll be more comfortable in or that she can sit up more upright in. If you have suggestions for me, let me know. Because this kid likes to sit up. Like, she does not want to relax at all. Actually, that's how I sit all the time. You guys, I'm not even against the back of the chair. People in school used to think that I was a snob because I sat up so straight. I just had good posture. But I don't know. That's what's going on. I haven't disappeared because I'm trying to hide anything from you or anything at all. It's just, honestly, I feel like I get talking. The longer I go without making videos, obviously, the more I have to say. And then I get talking, and then it gets to be this long, and then I have to go get her out of her crib. Oh, kitty hairball incoming. And then I just don't make the time to edit them. But I'm gonna just process this bee and put it right up. No edits. Oh, I have mentioned this in like 6 videos and they haven't gone up. This mascara that Molly sent me in my Secret Santa is amazing. Did I mention this? Did I already tell you guys? It doesn't matter. It bears repeating. This is the Essence Lash Princess. I don't think I'll ever buy Too Faced Better Than Sex mascara ever again, as long as I can get my hands on this. So good. And she sent me another Essence mascara, but I haven't opened it yet because I want to wait until I'm done with this one. But I am very impressed. It builds a lot of volume and it lengthens because I just want both. I want all of the dimensions to be exaggerated, you know? So there, I finally said it, and now it will go up in a video. But I will, I'll make this promise to you guys. If you do want to see the home decor, home improvement / whatever video, and or my ranty long confessional keto bites video, let me know, and maybe it will put a little fire under my tush to get that started. And I also wanted to make a favorites video on my other channel for things that Vera and I like a mommy and baby favorites kind of a thing. So hopefully I'll do that. I don't know, sometimes I get thinking about making a list like that, and I'm like, nobody cares. But I do watch stuff like that. So, I mean, not all the time, but oh, that's another thing that I want to mention here, but I guess I don't really know if it matters because the whole point is I'm trying to warn you guys. I have been unsubscribed multiple times to several YouTube channels, and a lot of them are ones that I've been subscribed to since like 2011. There are people that I was like, man, so-and-so hasn't made a video in a while, and then boom, I look at their channel and it says that I'm not subscribed. A couple of those people I resubscribed to just a few days ago when I discovered it. I don't know if you saw it on my Snapchat, and I was unsubscribed again from them somehow. So I don't know what that's all about, but if you are seeing this somehow, oh, guess who's awake? If you are seeing this somehow and didn't realize that that was the case, I guess just check your subscriptions just to warn you, but man, the whole 30 cents I make a year making these videos is gonna be hurting because I'm gonna get way less views because of it. Oh well. Okay. Oh, she's like up. She's not doing that crying in her sleep deal. Oh, she's looking for me. Okay. Hi, baby. I'll be right there. Hi, Vera. Hi, I'll be right there. Okay, guys. Thank you so much for listening to me and letting me rant. And I don't even know if I made the point I was trying to make, but I gotta go. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.